Hi, my name's Perry. Welcome to video 3 of this series about my journey of grief and healing and talking about the album Blakely May that I wrote for my daughter Blakely, who passed away about 10 years ago. So we're going to be talking about the third track on the album, which is called Absence. This is one's a little more up-tempo than most of the songs on the album, has a little more of a positive spin to it than most of the songs as well. The album does have, optimism and positivity kind of woven throughout it, although it is pretty sad. It's depressing. And that was what helped me kind of get through that grief and that depression, was expressing that through music. So track 3, Absence, tells kind of two different experiences, one in the first verse and one in the second, that I had. One before she passed away and one after. The first verse talks about a moment just a few days or a couple weeks before she passed away. We were at, I think, a birthday party at a splash park, and I was sitting next to this little kind of stream next to the splash pad and watching our kids play, and Blakely was playing, and then she came over and sat down next to me, and it was kind of this sweet little tender moment, and my wife took a picture of it, so we got it on picture. Here's that picture that was taken of us sitting next to each other just shortly before she passed away. And I kept this picture on my desk at work for a long time. And that's kind of what that first verse is talking about, is just the reminder that it gave me of who I wanted to be in the life that I wanted to live to make her proud. I want to look back in 40, 50 years and be able to say that, I think she would be proud of who I am. So we're going to listen to the first verse, and then I'll tell you a little bit about what the second verse is about.
Without an invitation, you came, sat next to me in a moment that is frozen in time permanently. Now it sits on my desk, staring at me, reminds me of the lifetime ahead of me.
All right, I want to just solo the mandolin, the guitars, and the piano, because I think they sound really cool together. And we'll listen to that again. Anyway, so really proud of that composition that I came up with. The chorus, I'm not going to show you here. You'll have to listen to it when it comes out. But it basically just talks about, where am I going to be in 50 years? What, am I going to be able to say that you should be proud of me and who I've become? And I really experienced that quite a bit over the first few months, especially after she passed away. The second verse kind of encapsulates that. I had a dream maybe a couple of months, 3-4 months, I can't remember now, after she passed away. And I had a lot of dreams about her, and some of them were not great. Some of them were kind of morbid, but some of them were really sweet and tender. And this one was definitely in that realm. I had a dream that I had died, and my wife, who's still alive, and Blakely were waiting for me. And as I approached them, I could tell that Blakely was disappointed in me and who I was. And I woke up and just had this, feeling of, maybe it was my subconscious, but it felt like it was kind of a wake-up call for me to try to be a better person and to, to help others and serve others and live in a way that she would be proud of me, and that when I do meet her again, that, I'll be proud of who I became. So we'll just listen to a little bit of that second verse here.
I had a dream that I died, and you looked at me, disappointed eyes were
So that is basically what I'm going to show you here. There's also at the end, I mentioned this in the last video, I have kind of these little Easter eggs. Some of them are this piano part from the MIDI song that I did. At the end of this one and one other song, there's like a little cover that I did. This one is The End of the World by Skeeter Davis, just me playing it on ukulele. It's pretty quiet. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear it, but and I know that like the song was probably about a relationship that was broken off or something like that. But I remember hearing that song after she had passed away and just feeling like I could relate to that feeling of, why are other people still living like life is normal? Like, don't they know that it's the end of the world because you're not here anymore? And so I thought it would be fun to have just a little like 10-second cover of that song at the very end that you can barely hear. So that is the song Absence. I think it's a kind of an more upbeat, positive-ish song that the album definitely needed some of that positivity. Just as a reminder, this album will be released on July 10th, and I'll have information in the description below. You can pre-order it. 25% of any profit that I make off of this album, either from streaming or purchases, will go towards the research of SIDS and SUDC. So if you're able to contribute by either listening or purchasing it, would appreciate it. It'll be on all platforms where you listen to music typically. And the next song for episode 4 is called Kindly Smiling. So that's what we're going to talk about next.